Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. So, no doubt you know what I'm reviewing today. You've seen the thumbnail. Got released in America way too soon, apparently. And I don't know whether you've seen any reviews on it. People had notions of what they thought it was going to be, and I think they were wrong. So if you want my opinion on it, stick around. So, the Hawas line, Rasasi Hawas. Here's the original. Love this stuff. As you can see, I definitely love it. Prefer it to what it's likened to Invictus Aqua. I think it outperforms it. I think it's got subtle differences that I appreciate. Beautiful fragrance. But then came this. That was ice. And I even prefer this to that. It's not icy. I wouldn't even go so far as to say it's fresher either, really. I just prefer it. The addition of the anise, where they've removed the cinnamon in the original, I think it does enough to make it different, and more my cup of tea. But this isn't anything like that. Nothing to do with those two whatsoever, because those two are quite similar. So this is the box. Pretty simple, really. Looks like it took a bit of a battering. Only got this in yesterday, and I wore it. Sprayed it as soon as I got it, and I've wore it side by side today with what I think, well, there's no arguments really of what it's gone after in terms of the scent profile. That's how the bottle looks. I think it's probably the best looking bottle out of the three. Cap clicks into place, fairly weighty cap. Atomizer. Fairly good atomizer, not pressurized or anything, but it's a good one. Now, even before it was released, we got the notes ahead of time, and I think, you know, the black bottle, the listed notes, people were like, oh, it's going after Absolute Aventus. You know, the Aventus DNA was obviously apparent there. No disputes whatsoever, really. But the additions had people thinking that it was Absolute Aventus. Obviously the black bottle as well, you know. Not. It's not at all. In fact, it's pretty darn, not identical, but there's, for me, no arguments here, really. I'll tell you what it is. It's that. In a nutshell. As soon as I smelled it, the level of oak moss and the smokiness, coupled with the fact that the way that the top notes came over. Now, it's not as juicy a pineapple as this, because let's face it, like, the way I get it anyway, the way it opens up, it's a juicier pineapple, very, very citrus heavy as well. But slightly different here. Sharper, I think. But then it gets into the mid, and there's no arguments from me that this is what it's going after. Not identical. I don't think it's as oak moss heavy as this. My only letdown with it really is that I was led to believe that this was some sort of outperforming nuclear uber bomb of performance, and it's not. It's good, it's strong, doesn't outperform that. By that I mean it might, yeah, it lasts a long time, right? 6-7 hours, and you know, you can still smell it without having to dig your nose in. But after the 4 or 5 hour mark, it was this that I was smelling, and I was doing them side by side, and as I was moving around, it was definitely the Nishane that I was smelling the most, because as I was getting closer, I was like, yeah, it's that. It overpowered that. And apparently that's not the popular opinion. Now, this isn't readily available in the UK yet, really. You can't get it on the typical discounters like Notino. I mean, it will be first on Notino way before All Beauty, if it even gets on there. I don't know about just my look and things like that just yet, but I got this from somebody who knows somebody. It's not dodgy. I think it's, you know, he's got people who knows people overseas and stuff like that. So I trust the guy as well. So I've no doubt that it's a genuine Rasasi, but a bit let down with the performance. I was expecting it to be what all the reviewers in the States were saying that it was. You know, it does leave the oily sheen on your hand, like others have said, and yeah, it's definitely this. It's definitely Hashivat. So with that in mind, you know, seasonally appropriate right now, and you know, pretty much all year round. It'd be a bit too heavy for really, really hot, but milder summer days, sure. Is it redundant? Yeah. This is redundant for me, but a fifth of the price. I've only got the 50ml. It made sense for me to get the 50ml. I've got 50mls in the rest of Manishane, and unlike most brands, it isn't that much more per mil when you go for a 50ml. So I just went for 50mls. Makes more sense with a big collection. But you know, with the 100ml, works out about a fifth of the price, and pretty much there in terms of scent profile. Smells great, fantastic. Like, it sounds like I'm dogging this. I'm not dogging it at all. Smells absolutely spot on. I haven't spent enough time with it to really hone in on the differences between the two, because it's not identical at all. I've spent a full day with it. That's what I've spent. I sprayed it yesterday at test, and I've spent a full day with it today, and I really can't find enough differences to say that it's a twist on that. Like, certain fragrances are a twist on a Ventus. Say, for instance, Arsenico by Vicanto up there. You can probably see. I love that. I got that in, and I was so excited when I smelled it. It was like it was a Ventus DNA, but you know, there was like red currants in there to make it like a really dry fruit, like a cranberry style, that really affected the overall composition of the fragrance and made it like set itself aside. It was a Ventus with a twist. I find no twist. There will be subtle differences, maybe in the deep dry down, that I could probably appreciate more if I had a full wear, like I say, all over the body and wore it out in the wild. But I've just been milling about today, side by side, and yeah, it's not this in terms of its quality, obviously. It's not this in terms of its longevity either. Extrait Eau de Parfum, There's people saying that this probably isn't eau de parfum because of the really thick, oily sheen, and you know, they say that it's absolute beast, but I don't think it is in terms of this. Might improve with time. We know what these Middle Eastern fragrances. It might improve with time. We know what these Middle Eastern fragrances are like. You know, spray a few times, leave it to one side, come back to it later. Performance has improved, more rounded composition. You start to appreciate certain facets of it that weren't there before. Yada yada yada. And it's true. I'm not saying that's nonsense. It's absolutely true. I've experienced it firsthand, time and time again. So maybe that might be the case with this. I don't know though, because the other two Hawas didn't really change much. Might have got a little bit stronger, but that's pretty much about it. Am I deflated? Yeah, I must admit I am a bit like. And I have been quite a bit lately, every single time that I think I'm getting something different enough away from this whole scent profile that like that. When that came out, that was different enough from Aventus for it to be lauded, applauded, and loved, and rightly so. But when they keep dropping stuff, and especially stuff like this, when you've just no idea until you smell it, the hype, the anticipation, you want it to be something new. Something that, like, I'll say it again, like Arsenico from Ficanto, different enough that it is something genuinely new to your nose, and something you can enjoy and get to know. This isn't that. Lovely, really, really nice, but it's not different enough from this, to me. With one day's wear, that's pretty much it, really. I hope the performance does improve, because that was something that I thought would have been its saving grace. But as of yet, not that impressed with that either. But I'll report back with some more wares. Just thought you guys might appreciate first impressions. So thanks again for tuning in once again. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. I just dropped that Secretions Magnifique video, didn't I? Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy watching me squirm? Bet you did. It wasn't a very enjoyable review for me anyway. But yeah, thanks again guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, put your thoughts down in the comments. Have you tried this yet? If you're UK based, you probably haven't. Sorry to burst your bubble if you were really, really anticipating trying this. I will be decanting this and saving myself a little bit in the bottom, just like I did with the Eros Energy. Great scent. Great scent. If you want a Hachivat on a budget, then go for Rasasi Hawas. Thanks again guys. Don't forget, like the video, comment down below, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified next time I drop some scented nonsense. But until next time, stay safe, stay fresh, and take care. See you later guys.